going on, YouTube world? What's going on, YouTube world? Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're feeling great. Let's get it in. So, when you look at reality, right? When you look at our lives, what we do most with our life is to try to make money. That's the whole goal in this system. The purpose of this system, the purpose of this, reality we living in is to make money. Think about it. You need money to eat. You need money to drink water. You need money to take a shower. You need money for clothes. You need money for everything. You can't do nothing in this world legally without money. Yeah, I know some people say you might find a way, but usually, in general, you need money to survive in this world. You need money to live in a house. You need money to live to rent a hotel. Everything in our existence today in this system is money, 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 money. The majority of your life spent on earth is what? Work. Somehow, some way, you need to make money in this world. And if you don't make money in this world, guess what? You're going to live in the street. You're going to be homeless. I don't care if you're an entrepreneur. I don't care if you're a drug dealer. I don't care if you're a trapper. I don't care if you're a scammer. I don't care, what you do. You have to try to make money some kind of way, whether it's legal or illegal. Money rules the world. Cash rules. Money is God of this world. Everything in this world has to do with money. There's no way around it, man. Unless you willing to, live outside of the system without money. But that's a small percentage of people. Again, the majority of the people on the planet work for a living or make money some kind of way. And society tells you that is normal. Oh, it's just life, wrap to work. Show me in nature a creature that's working a job. Show me in nature where any other creatures, that's going against its own nature. We're the only species on the planet that's paying to live. You pay to live. You work every single day. And then you off on the weekend. Some people have one job. Some people have two. Some people have three. Work. That's all. That is all that we do. And then when we don't want to work, we get called lazy. No, we're not lazy. We just see through the illusion. We see through the bullshit. And we don't want to spend half our life working for a corporation that don't give a shit about you in the first place. You're working for a corporation that if you die today, they're not going to pay for your funeral. They're not going to cry over you. They're going to replace your ass. In a matter of seconds, they're going to replace you. They make a phone call and then someone's going to take your job. So why are you killing yourself over the job? Yeah, I get it. You got kids. You got bills. You got needs. I understand that. And guess what? That's part of the game. That's part of the trap. They tell you to have sex, have kids, to produce more slaves. You having kids, that means more slaves for the system. You're just creating more slaves for the system. You're feeding the system. More kids you got, the more the system eats. Don't you get it? The system is running based off of you, based off your energy. You work, again, your whole life is based upon you working, point blank period. That's what you do most of your time. And then when you're not working, what you do? You're on your phone. You scrolling on TikTok, you scrolling on Instagram, you scrolling on YouTube. Now, I'm not judging nobody doing that. I'm just saying that's what the majority of the people are doing. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not coming from a place of judgment. No, I'm just saying what you actually do. You do that. Let's be real. The majority of us do that. You come from work. Some of y'all go to Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or you might put on Netflix. And then we don't focus on ourselves. We don't focus on what we really want to do. So if you're an artist, instead of going on TikTok or Instagram, why don't you write a song? Why don't you start drawing, pick up an instrument, learn a new language, or focus on your dreams or ambition. Focus on your goals that you want to do in life. You know? So our whole life is just work. Just having a job. Job. This is job. Bills. That's all we do. Job, bills. That's the majority of our lives. And then, you retire, what? 60, 70, 80, if you're lucky. Now you don't waste your whole life on a job. Now you're a bitter old woman. Now you're a bitter old man. You waiting on your retirement funds. You're waiting on your 401k. That's another scam. While you're struggling, getting up, punching in the clock, the motherfuckers you working for, the corporation you working for, the company you working for, they're on the island sipping margaritas. They're on the island sipping pina coladas and shit. They're on the island on a yacht. Do you understand that? While you're clocking in at the job, the person that owned and created the job is on an island sipping on margaritas, pina colada, on a yacht, man. On a private island. They're going to places that you would never be at, man. But they program you to make you think that you need the job. And if you don't have a job, they program you to make you think that you're lazy. You're not lazy. We all have creative. We all are creators. We all have a gift. All of us has a gift. But since we're not taught or trained to use our gift, guess what? They told you to go to school. Learn, get an education after school, go to college. Be this, be that, be this, be that. And no one ever told you about your gift. No one ever told you how to go within, how to create your own wealth. But you go out there and create wealth for someone else, for the billionaires, for the corporation that you work for. It's, and you're over here struggling. Rent going up, gas price going up, cost of living going up, everything is going up. But you think it's reality. You think that's life. That's not life. That is the system. The system you up under it's not meant to free you. It's meant to entrap you. You're trapped under the system. What is this system? Having a job, paying taxes, money, religion, education. These are all part of the system. The system is the matrix. The system is the 9-to-5 work, the 9-to-5 job. That's the system. The system is the school again. That's the system. The beast, I like to call it the beast system that you're trapped under. We as human beings, all we do is fuck. All we do is sex, have sex, consume, shit, and reproduce. Again, as human beings currently today, within the system, all we do is have sex, eat, sleep, and reproduce. Eat, sleep, fuck, reproduce, and work. And we repeat that over and 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 over again. It don't stop until you what? So-called pass away. And then the next generation gonna do the same thing. And then the next generation gonna do the same thing. This is how the system function. It function off your ignorance, man. We live in times where you know, when you think on your own, when you start thinking, when you start waking up, you get called crazy. You get called a conspiracy theorist. You get called all type of names. Oh, he's crazy. Why is he thinking that way? You get called weird for being different. You get called weird for being different. When you start questioning things, oh, he's crazy. Oh, let me stay away from that guy. That guy's crazy. But anyways, folks, y'all be good. Y'all stay aware. The boy's out.